Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here to do your What's Cracking reading for Tuesday the 10th of March. A big thank you for all of you who supported me on my channel. I continue every day to answer your messages, read as many comments as I can and enjoy the journey. It's been absolutely beautiful and I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And also thank you for, oh, King of Cups jumping out here. I want to say a big thank you for those who continue to order readings from me. It's beautiful to see you come back. I think for any reader that's really good clarification that, you know, we're giving you the messages you need to receive. Something is going on here. It's really important for us to get that clarification. Someone's walking away from something and moving back towards you here after a lot of conflict. Somebody's on their way to you here, maybe on their way back. But somebody making moves here after conflict where they are, or mental conflict. And I will get back on track with the readings and the getting some lives up and running. It is my intention this year to get this done. And I will get there, I promise. Okie dokie. Oh, okay. We're back to the Tower. Okay, the Tower is a card that comes in when things just cannot keep going the way they're going. So it's the universe's way of sort of saying things have reached a point now, you can't keep going this way, something has to change. Sometimes it's something physical, like it might mean you, experience loss of some kind. But in my experience, it's very often more around the way you think about things, how you see things. It's like that epiphany moment, or that sort of moment where you in your own mind think things can't continue this way. I need to stop. I need to move in a different direction. It's like getting a sort of slap in the face from the universe a little bit. Maybe painful, but I don't mean a slap as in pain, but it might be painful in that you need to leave something behind, because what you've done here is you've built something on a faulty foundation. So, for example, you could have had a relationship that you've kept going with that somehow you find it difficult to move away from. But at the end of the day, this relationship is not really healthy, toxic, and you have to move away from it. And you know that. And there's this sort of feeling here that it's nagging away in your brain, but you're refusing to see the truth. Well, the Tower is the truth. It's the moment of clarity where you go, I cannot do this anymore. I need to move away. I need to do this for my own good. As I always say, you only live once, so you don't get another go at it. So the Tower is like that moment, that snap, that realization that things can't keep going the way they're going. You have to stop. Now, I've seen this a lot lately for people who are continuing to think or believe a certain way, but don't really understand what it is that they're doing or seeing or believing that's stopping them from moving further. So what I would say to you is with this, it's a good time to meditate, go deep inside and really look for that part of you that really understands what you need to do to change your situation or improve your situation. Now, for some of you, this may be deeply embedded fear. It may be fear that you can't do something. It could be fear that you've built, that you believe that you have to keep living a certain way, or you have to keep putting up with something a certain way. And your fears are not real. So the Tower is coming in to show you that your fear is not real. Wow, big intro on that. Obviously needed to do that. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man behind that. So this is absolutely beautiful, because this is saying to me that you are taking time out to look at things from a different perspective. You're no longer trying to see them from the way you were seeing them. So maybe you've understood you need to do something, but in order to do that, you need to take time out to actually see how to do it differently. So something here is helping you become enlightened and see things differently. I was going to swear. I won't. But I want to say the big F word here at these three cards, because this is huge. Okay, so the Chariot, apart from being, I mean, these cards in themselves represent star signs. So, you know, Scorpio, Cancer. I think the Hanged Man's Pisces, but I'm not really big on astrology. This is the card of Cancer. This is also the card of moving forward. So there seems to have been some sort of stagnancy here while you've healed. There's a big realization. There is this need or push from the universe to say, right, that's it now. This is done. You need to move forward. You've got to let it go. You've got to move in a different direction, whatever it is for you. And I see you now waiting. You may be sort of planting seeds for the future, looking at your future. You may be feeling a little bit of love. Maybe for some of you it is about love, and moving away from a relationship that probably has passed its time. But whatever it is, there's a lot of fear in those cards and a lot of indecision. But the Hanged Man tells me you are working on it and you are feeling the urge or the call or the need to move forward here. So definitely moving in the right direction. Okay, so we have the Two of Pentacles, a very heavy entry for this morning. Sorry guys, like whoever's dealing with that really tough stuff, but that's really potent energy. Okay, so we have this Two of Pentacles coming up. Now the Two of Pentacles is a choice or a decision, something that you're trying to balance up. Now, the thing is with the Pentacles, often they can represent finances, or something tangible. So it could be the division of something. So it could be that you're thinking about divorce or separating from a relationship, but the division of goods. But it also talks about a choice, making a decision between two options. So it may be that you're choosing two directions, two jobs, two people, and trying to weigh up which is the best direction to go in. Holy dooly, which is the best direction to go in? Okay. The Two of Wands is coming out here. So this is what I mean about this Tower and this Hanged Man. It's like you're moving into a new time here. You're trying to look at walking down a different pathway. This guy has the world in his hands here. So he knows once he makes this decision, he's got lots of choices in front of him about which direction to go in. So there's a choice in direction and a choice of what to go after, what to progress with. So you're finding balance to choose what you think is best for you here. Okay, and this is, as I said, this is the going into yourself here to make a decision on which way to go. There's obviously a lot of pain attached to this particular decision for you, because you're going against what you believe, or you're going against perhaps something you've been taught. I know sometimes we get really stuck in our thinking about the way things should be, or the way things are ordered for us, especially if we've sort of lived a life behind a mask of believing we're something that we're not, and then the realization of going after what you want is quite scary. But at the end of the day, we're all incredibly magical beings that have this capacity to do things way beyond what we believe we can. And this is what you're doing here. You're rebirthing. You're taking the time out to really go deep inside. I feel like for some of you here, this is about love, relationship. For some of you, it could be, as I said, leaving a marriage behind, trying to understand through your own beliefs what is the right thing for you to do. Well, maybe not the right thing, because again, the right thing may be a belief you've had about, you know, relationships. And I always think if the horse is dead, get off. Okay, so we have the Justice card coming in here. So this is time. This can be legal too, but something here is being put right by the universe. So you're following some calling from your soul or your higher self here, because you're trying to put right a situation where it wasn't right to start with, or hasn't been right for a long time. 8 of Cups, so moving away from things that don't emotionally serve you. I strongly feel this is a relationship with someone. It may not be a marital relationship. It could be a sort of partnership, friendship, but something that you have to make the decision to leave behind here. This card came out in that flip at the beginning. So did the Two of Cups. This is creating a lot of conflict here, and I understand it. If your fears are this strong, if your fear is only what you've got in your head, fear is what other people have put there for you. And say thank you very much for that. You know, if you're told from a very young age that, you know, you'll only have one person, somebody comes in and sweeps you off your feet and takes you through to your death and you die together, a happy married couple. And that's what you believe. You may be putting up with all sorts of abuse. You may be terrified of leaving someone. You may be scared of leaving things behind because of your own fears and what you've been told. Those fears that people implant in you from a very early age are very powerful, because you believe them far more than you believe the power of self or the power that you have deep within you. Yeah, nice. Okay, that's what we want to see. Closing out the cycle. Changing things, changing it up, moving in a different direction. Beautiful. Listening to your intuition here. Finally listening to that little voice inside of you that says you don't have to put up with this anymore. And bang, boom, 9 of Cups. Wishes coming true. Okay. That was such a heavy reading, and I didn't want to really get to the end of it and find that it was just really hopeless. So it's really nice to have a good outcome here. Okay, so something here that you've exhausted. It's past its use by day. It's done. It's finished. It's dead in the water. It's just not worth persevering with. It's not going anywhere. In fact, it might be getting worse for some of you because the universe is trying to move you in a different direction. But with the Hanged Man here, I do see you trying to look at things from a different perspective, trying to understand what the messages are for you. What is the universe trying to tell you here? Because you're getting enlightenment. You're starting to see things in a very different way. The Chariot's here saying to me that after a period of indecision, fear, or whatever, you will move forward. You may be still in this sort of stuck energy at the moment, but you are going to move forward because you are planting seeds here to move forward. There seems to be some sort of idea around how to invest in yourself here because you're coming up as this beautiful Queen of Wands. So you're starting to have this realization that your value is much more worthy than what you're currently going through. So it's very possible, you know, if you've been in this sort of dilemma of toing and froing and going backwards and forwards and trying to make the decision, that there is this feeling here that you realize by moving forward that you have those opportunities you want. Now, I'm thinking for some of you, this may take you talking to someone else about it, going deep inside, meditation, but I feel like you have this utter belief that you have to walk away from something that is no longer serving you. So you finally realize you have to move in that direction. You're definitely either going through some legal repercussions from that, or you will be, which means, as I said, some sort of division of tangible goods, money, whatever. Remember, money isn't the be all to end all. You know, if you walk away with not a penny in your pocket, even if you've got like a trail of children behind you, you'd be surprised at how much you can manage, really do. There is a feeling here that there's a lot of mental conflict over this, so this is your fear playing a part here. But what I want to say to you is, remember, your fear is just put there. Your fear isn't something that you've imagined. If nobody had ever been scared of a spider, you would never have a fear of spiders. Somebody around you has implanted that idea within you, some sort of fear that the world will fall apart if you make a decision that goes against a belief. But I do see for many of you here this realization taking place here, where you're closing something out, listening to your intuition. But what I love most of all is it brings wishes in for you. So it's going to make you feel very abundant once you move on. So whatever this situation is, It's a pretty hefty one because it's taken me all of the 15 minutes to get through to this point. So, and I don't usually let videos go on that long, but had to be said. So for whoever's listening, it had to be said. Okay, and this is beautiful. This is the card of love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful things life has to offer. And I feel like up until this point, you haven't really been taking them. You haven't really been accepting them. You haven't been maybe even seeing them. So life is about to put you in a whole new direction and bring you in this beautiful abundance. Have a wonderful day.